I released 2 EPs just recently with WES. And so the first one was called The Idea of You EP. And that was just a little, that was supposed to just be like a little single for WES. But then, we ended up just like knocking out a second song in session. So we ended up putting it together. They kind of fit together in this Taiwanese American R&B singer. And he had like a lot of stuff in mind. So we worked on that project together. And actually at the start of quarantine, I was down here in LA, and I spent like maybe a week here, just like, trying to knock out some sessions and whatnot. Because WES does have a home studio, and we actually just released this Luv Or Lack Thereof EP, which was just, I wasn't planning on releasing another EP before South by Summer or releasing anything else other than that this year. So me and WES were locked in the studio for maybe like 3 or 4 days, and we had a bunch of beat packs, but there was this producer, Mr. Hong from San Francisco, who I had worked with in the past before, who had sent like this big pack. And so we were listening through a bunch of them, and we felt like, there was like definitely a cohesive vibe there. So we kind of just like sat down and we wrote about, some of these conversations we were having in terms of, love, life, and all that good stuff. Because that's, I think it was something that was just relevant for us in our lives at the time. And this wasn't something that we were really planning like a big rollout or release for. It's kind of just these songs came together. So we were like, we're just going to throw them up. Like, what else are we going to do with them, right? So we didn't end up like, this wasn't really like a big release with like videos planned or basically anything other than the songs themselves. We kind of just like threw them up kind of like mixtape or something. So, that's the last project that was up. This next project, however, South by Summer, this is something that I've been kind of thinking about and trying to work on since last summer. And the vibe of this, I think, is going to be, it'll be interesting how it plays out during this lockdown time, because what I wanted to do with this project was have everything be a lot more lighthearted and upbeat and bouncy. I didn't want, to touch on too many maybe like serious subjects and be too personal on this one. It was just supposed to be like, it originally started out this concept of like wanting to put together an EP about putting on for the South Bay. There's a lot of artists out in like San Jose area and the South Bay area that I think are super talented, but haven't really gotten a lot of shine. So I wanted to put the city kind of on the map. 2, I also wanted to show a different side that's a lot more bouncy and wavy. And I think that especially during this lockdown, now that I'm thinking about it, since it's something that a lot of people might not have been able to have a lot of experience in recently, I'm hopefully like letting people live vicariously through this music, which was thought of, last year during simpler times, more fun times. So yeah, I mean, this project is going to be a lot more, like I said, less serious in tone, a lot more upbeat, a lot more bouncy, a lot more wavy. This first single is called Late Nights. It's coming out with this singer Kit May from San Jose as well. And the concept of the song is pretty straightforward. It's about like booty calls, like late nights, and you're trying to wave them off, whatever. And it's really just a lot of fun, honestly. Like, I wanted to make something that's more fun to listen to, that you didn't have to pay super close attention to and like have to dissect like a story and whatnot. It's just like about kind of these good vibes, right? So I read this article on like DJ Booth a few weeks ago. They're talking about how like Asher Roth has still never gotten completely over the I Love College thing, right? Even though his music's so different now, it's so much like deeper and so more artistic, but it's hard to get away from this kind of brand if you kind of solidified yourself into it. And it's on the artist to, I guess, figure out how you can show your growth. There's definitely a lot of artists now too that are putting out stuff. Every project kind of sounds similar, but that's okay because that's kind of their wave that they ride on. But every artist is different, I guess. And it's innovation, so I think it's dope.